there was something I wanted to try today. How good do you think you guys are at telling the difference between AI art and human-made art? I feel like most people think they're better at it than they actually are. AI art Turing test, okay? There's a combination of AI art and human art. I actually did a lot better than I thought I would, but I'm really curious how well you guys think you'd do. This is more zoomed in than I managed to see, so you guys are having an easier time than I did, okay? So the answer, everyone voted human, and the people who voted human are correct. This is human-made art. I also said it was human-made, and the reason I said that was because I felt like the patterns were too symmetrical, and the skulls here were drawn with too much clarity. Okay. Next one, Saint in Mountains. Saint in Mountains. AI or human? Okay, everyone voted human, and the people who voted human would be also correct. I also thought it was human because I thought the folds here were too consistent and they made a lot of sense, and mostly because I couldn't really see any inconsistencies with anything. Everything just sort of made sense. The composition was, you know, it felt like a human did it. Yep. See, and here, the staff is also good because the staff goes straight down like this. It makes a lot of sense, you know? Next one. Blue hair anime girl. Like, I will make it full screen for you guys. I didn't get to see this in full screen, but here you go. AI or human? That arm. Okay, so most 72% of you voted for AI, and this is in fact made by a human. I got this one correct as well. I said this was made by a human. I feel like this is made in a very similar style to a lot of AI art, but it is made by a human. Me, I spent a lot of time examining the flow of the hair, and while like I would say there's probably some errors here, but they're very human. You can see a lot of the intention in the hair, and also, yeah. And this, I think the arm looking a little weird is just like a human mistake, and the folds are very consistent. Next up, girl in fields. AI or human? Fetus hands, the eyes. I'm seeing what you guys are pointing out. The trees. Renaissance style means it's human. Well, we'll see. The answer, okay, 82% of you said it was AI, and this is AI. I also got this one correct. I think this is pretty obvious if you look at the fingers just blending together. Pretty easy. I think this one's pretty, and the eyes aren't even symmetrical. Pretty easy. Next, double Starship. Most people do seem to think it's human. Yeah, this is a lot harder than you thought. You thought I'd be showing you 50 anime girls? Nah, AI art comes in all styles. So 83% of you voted that it's human, and you would be correct. This is human made. I also said it was human made. My giveaway was that, like someone said, Morgan Lamia said, all the windows are symmetrical. I think the giveaway was that like all the details are really consistent. These lines are very clean. These windows are very symmetrical. So this is human art. So moving on. Bright Jumble Woman. Good luck with this one. So yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Okay, 73% of you voted it was AI, and you would be correct. Yes, this is AI. Honestly, I had a hard time telling. I said it was AI because the line width seems a little inconsistent in some places. They look kind of like blendy and melty the way AI did, but it's probably easier to tell by looking at the eyes. Next up, Cherub. Oh, this one is pretty even. This one is pretty even. All right, that poll is over, and everyone guessed human. 52% of you guessed human, so this is pretty split. This was, in fact, AI. I do think the giveaway that these folds are awful. These folds make no sense. Like I said, if you guys were expecting just a bunch of anime girls, no, this is what AI art looks like, so you gotta look more carefully. It's not as easy as you think it is, so people who are saying like it's easy to tell AI art apart, you know, maybe want to reconsider. Anyway, praying in garden, AI or human? I had to do all of them without knowing the answer, but I will be telling you what I thought as we go through it. So you might get better and better at telling apart human art and AI art as you keep going, but we'll see. So 70% of you said it was human, and you would be correct. I also guessed it was human because the composition is pretty complex, and there's a lot of people here, and all the people here are drawn pretty consistently. Tropical garden. Is this AI or not? I hope the poll thing works. Okay, 81% of you voted that it was human, and you would be correct. This was made by a human. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, personally, someone pointed out that these, I think Morgan Lamy pointed out that these tile patterns are really consistent. These palm trees were very consistent, so this was made by a human. Ancient Gate. AI or human? You got a bunch of people here. A lot of people down here. There's a big gate. AI or human? So far, 100% of you said it was AI. So 95% of you said it was AI, and this is in fact AI. Yes, but I think that was obvious to most of you that this is AI. So how'd you guys do? So far through this entire thing, I haven't gotten a single one wrong yet, but so I hope you guys haven't gotten a single one wrong either. I personally didn't notice the stairs to nowhere would have made it easier. I got thrown off a bit because I feel like, oh, these details are kind of consistent, but this whole thing has a turbo AI vibe, right? Hey, Green Hills. Mm-hmm. 60% of you said it was human, even though I saw at the very beginning it was 90% human, but I guess you guys were too easily influenced. These kind of impressionist style ones, I think personally I struggle with the most, but fortunately over here, the signature is, what is the signature? What is the signature, right? So yes, this is AI. It's not made by a human. This barcode ass signature made by AI. Yeah, I had a hard time, but it's hard to tell in my opinion. Because the thing about impressionism, it's that it's meant to be kind of blendy and not accurate. It's supposed to give you the impression of something, right? That's why it's called impressionism, which is kind of the same thing that what AI does. So AI, I think, is particularly good at impressionism. Moving on, Bucolic Scene. Okay. 83% of you said it was human, and it was indeed made by a human. Again, the animals are all very consistent, the humans are all very consistent, a very human composition, right? All right, guys, this one's a toughie, okay? This one's a toughie. You'll never guess this one. What do you guys think? Okay, 94% of you voted that it's AI, and yeah, you're right, this is AI. For these kind of anime art images, yeah, they all have the same vibe. The compositions are all very simple, and I feel for me the biggest tell is when you look at the detail work, if it looks all melty and inconsistent, it's really easy to tell. Next, fancy car. Here you go. So 77% of you said it is AI. It is, in fact, human-made art. By the way, I also got this one wrong. I'm like, I don't know. I think it's AI art. But yes, it is 3D art. I got this one incorrect. I said it was AI. I said it was AI as well. I was a bit thrown off by this mirror up here, I think, but it's human art. The reflections are consistent. Yeah. Moving on. Greek temple. AI or human? Next poll. Let's go. All right, 65% of you think it's AI. You guys would not be right. This was made by a human. Why do you guys think it's made by AI? Like I said, these multi-human compositions, these complicated compositions with lots of people, these very deliberate compositions, are usually made by humans. So far, I have not seen any AI that could replicate something like this. Moving on. All right, here's another tough one, guys. String doll. Where is this string coming from? Don't ask complicated questions. Okay, if 95% of you voted that this was AI, and you would be correct. I don't think I really need to explain this one. The hands are all over the place. The string goes nowhere. This is AI art. You wish you could stop saying AI art? Yeah, okay, AI imagery. We'll go with AI imagery. Yeah, she's eating the string right here. Next one, angry crosses. So most people seem to think it's human so far. It's so weird this one for me was pretty tricky to tell, and 70% of you thought this was made by human. 70% of you. This was, like the frog said, it's AI. Yeah. Abstract art is more intentional than people think. I'm not really good at abstract art, so I can't really tell. For me, I felt like the thickness of the lines were too variable and too unintentional, so especially the eyes here. So this is AI. It is unfortunately not human made. Next up, Rainbow Girl. AI or human? It's good, but this is too easy. This is human. You can see the pen strokes in the hair. It's the same brush throughout. It's human. The frog is correct. This is indeed human. But I feel like a lot of people might think it's AI because it has the same vibe as a lot of popular AI art, right? It has the vibe. Yes. I was looking at the neck here. It does, everything is logical. It follows the beginner's logic, and like the neck, there's a kind of an issue with the neck here. So the question is it a mistake AI would make, or is this a mistake a beginner would make? This is Creepy Skull. We got something a little abstract again. So is Creepy Skull AI or human? Yeah, this is human. It's human. You can see the transparency of the oil pasta. Oh, that didn't even occur to me. See, when it comes to something more abstract, I have a hard time telling. I guessed this one correctly through basically vibes. I'm like, looks human. It looks intentional, looks human. This one felt very human to me. Very consistent. And most people got this correct. 88% of you got this correct. Moving on. Leafy Lane. Leafy Lane. Okay. It's another impressionist one. So what do you guys think? 53% of you, the frog said it's AI. The perspective is so consistent, yet the cast shadow of the trees are so wrong. I didn't even notice the cast shadows of the trees, frankly. I was frustrated by all the impressionist ones, so I just said all of the impressionist ones are AI. This is indeed AI. This is AI. This is a pretty simple but well executed single point perspective, but the cast shadow of the trees are just kind of random, so yeah. I did not notice the lighting, but I guess the lighting is a giveaway here. Yep, the shadows everywhere are just very, very inconsistent. But like I said, I feel like the AI does a really good job on impressionist stuff in general. This is really hard to tell. Okay, we got another challenge and we got another toughie for you guys, okay? I hope you're ready for this one. We got another tough one. Okay, 90% of you said that it's AI. Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. I don't think you need to look too closely at this one. This one is just screaming AI at you. This is like the classic AI portrait. Everyone makes portraits like this. This is, again, one of the types of things that people see when they say like, oh, AI art is so obvious. It's one of these ones. Okay, moving on. Celestial Display are looking for intention. I try to see like why people drew a certain thing. It might not be good, but as long as it's deliberate, I think it's pretty clear that a human made it. This was indeed painted by a human, as 67% of you guessed. The sky does have that popular AI feeling, but the composition, the human here and the boat here are all very human, as Circle said. So I thought this was human as well. Child. This one is a tall one, so it doesn't get to be very big, unfortunately. Okay, so 63% of you thought that this was AI. Maybe. This, I feel like aesthetically is pretty pleasing. Because I noticed there's a little nub here, like a tiny little baby's thumb right on the baby's butt. So I pegged it as AI for that reason. Fractured lady. %, 57% of you thought it was human. I also got this wrong. I thought it was human. I thought it was like, I feel like the reason I thought it was human is that I thought AI would be able to draw the face better, actually. You think the skill does not match up? Yeah, skill inconsistencies. Okay, moving on. Giant ship. What do you think, guys? What do you think? AI or human? AI or human? Okay, 80% of you said that this was AI. And 80% of you would be wrong. This was in fact made by a human. So, like I said, it does have that noisy AI vibe, but I figured it was human because if I look at all these lines here, these ropes here, they're all very consistent. The details are very consistent. Every single line of the sails are connecting correctly. So yes, you are correct, Fua. This is made by a human. Harder than you thought, huh? How about Muscular Man? Is this AI or human? 96% of you said that was AI. Yeah, you're right. It's AI. Look, what? One of his finger joints just kind of fell off here. What happened to his hand? Yeah, all right. This is AI. Yeah, just look at this one's pretty obvious. It's AI. Hey, it's another boat. So everyone was laughing at the previous boat because they thought it was a freebie. Is this one a freebie? Okay, alright. I guess it's not 80%, 98% of you are saying it's AI. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is AI. The flags are blowing. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice this. The flags are blowing in different directions. All the windows are melting together. Yeah, this is AI. Nothing makes sense here. This is one of the most AI images known to man. Yeah, you guys are right. Hey, what do you think, guys? Purple squares. %83 of you think that it's made by a human, and you would be correct. Well, Fua says it's a standard assignment. The Frog says it's a standard assignment. I had no idea. I had no idea. So I just voted based on vibes. I thought it was human for no particular reason, just felt human to me, and it is made by a human. It's a beginner art class assignment. Well, excuse me, I've never done beginner art class, okay? I had no idea. But how about people sitting? Is people sitting AI or human? Most people seem to think it's human so far. But some people think it looks very wrong. Okay, 69% of you guessed that it was human, and you would be correct. Nothing is wrong. This is human. Lack of blue paint at that time period, so use gray and contrast to substitute. Okay, so if you have art history knowledge, you'd know. I have zero art history knowledge. Again, I just felt everything was very consistent. Multi-person composition. This little pile of clothes here looks very consistent. Yep, this is human. Girl in white. %50 of you think it's AI. 50% of you think it's human. The Frog thinks it's AI, so what is it? This is made by a human. 1786 to 1868. When was this? This is in the Met. They didn't paint like this back then. Apparently not. Yeah, this one had a very modern feel to it. It didn't feel like an older painting. Next, Riverside Cafe. Oh, it's another one of these ones. 60% of people think that this is AI, and this is in an impressionist style, which AI seems to be particularly good at. You want it to be human just because you like it? I also quite like this one. So 60% of you who thought it was human were wrong. This is AI. This is AI. I guess one tell here is that the table here is kind of blending into this other table and doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's like, it's a human could have done it, you know? Serene River. Here's another one. Not exactly as impressionist anymore, but what do you think? "74% of you also think it's made by a human. This is, in fact, made by a human. This was made by a human. I actually got this one wrong because I was thrown off. I felt the tree looks weird, but you know, it's a very deliberate choice to have that tree here. This was made by a human. I got this one wrong. All right, guys, we got another one. This is a toughie again. Oh, I have never seen that tree before. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What do you think? 96% of you guessed that this was AI, and yeah, I think this one is pretty obviously AI. AI art has a certain high contrasty kind of maximalist vibe to it, and I think this one has it in spades. Yeah, you can zoom in and look at the details in the building and stuff and on the turtle, but honestly that doesn't really matter. Just by glancing at it, this has the most AI-ass vibe you've ever seen, right? This one just screams it. Let me just zoom in a bit more so you can see the whole thing. There you go. This is quite pretty, yeah. Feel like it looks pretty organic. Has some brush strokes happening here. If you're gonna say if this is actually still life, it's AI, says the frog. You can't use those paint colors to make those saturated colors unless it's edited after. 56% of you guessed that this was human. Honestly, I really struggled with this one because I felt like the paint strokes looked very convincing. But there was something that threw me off about it. The whole thing felt a little wrong to me. So in the end, I guessed it was AI. So 56% of you guessed that it was human, and you'd be wrong. This was made by AI. What is this? What is this? AI or human? The hands do look alright, but we did encounter some AI previously that did the hands just fine. AI can do hands properly now. Don't get mixed up. Okay, 57% of you think it's AI. The frog thinks it's human. 50% of you are wrong. This is made by a human. Mostly, I just feel like there aren't really that many inconsistencies here. Well, apparently it's also famous. I wouldn't know that. I know nothing about art. The chest, yeah, it kind of throws you a little bit, but I feel like it just feels very human, this thing to me. White Blob. It was pre-Renaissance? I think so, yeah, it does have that vibe. Okay, 88% of you think that it's human, and you would be correct. Apparently this is a famous piece. I wouldn't know that, but this was made by a human. I guess the textures just all look really, really consistent. You know, it looks like traditional media. It's too consistent for, and I think getting this very kind of realistic texture would be really difficult for AI right now. It's also signed, I guess. Anyway, weird bird. This one is, I feel like this was a little bit of a freebie, I think. Maybe someone wanted to make this kind of melty house and these melty flowers kind of melting into each other and these melty poles. Maybe maybe the human was on drugs, who knows? Do that? Okay, 92% he said it was AI. Yeah, it's AI. Here, next one, Ominous Ruin. Ominous Ruin. Yeah, the previous one was obviously AI. 83% of you think that it's AI, and you guys would be correct. I feel like at first glance, it's a pretty kind of human-like composition, but like, yeah, this what the heck is going on with this, right? You got poles here, and then what is this pole kind of blending into this pole, and then 3 poles? Yeah, no, nothing makes sense with this building over here, right? Vague figures. The title is accurate. They are pretty vague. It looks like an AI tried to copy Picasso, perhaps. Okay, 84% of you think it's made by a human, and you are correct. I just guessed off vibes alone. This feels very human to me. It's melty, but you can see what's going on. Everything seems deliberate, right? So, if you got everything right, get ready for the next one. Oh my word. Would I be impressed if someone painted this? Well, it certainly looks time-consuming to paint, so I guess I would be impressed. 92% of you thought that this was made by AI. Yeah, yeah, we know this is AI. This just screams AI, right? This wing is smaller than that wing. The hands, the reflection. Yeah, clearly these weird ornaments. This is very clearly AI. If someone says that my art looks like AI, how would I respond? I'm not really sure. I don't think anyone has ever said that my art looks like AI. So 90% of you think that this is made by a human, and you are correct. This is in fact made by a human. I think this one is relatively obvious. All these consistent figures, very deliberate composition. The colors look very, very human to me. Anyway, woman unicorn. AI or human? Just a few more, and then we will have gotten through the entire thing. So 84% of you guessed that this was human, and you're correct. This was indeed made by a human. This is human because the craquelure is great. What does that mean? Is that the cracks on the paint? That long crack across the horse butt is too consistent. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I don't see 6 toes, but someone said 6 toes, so I just read the chat message. But yep, this was made by a human. All right, we got Rooftops. %of you thought that this was AI, and you would be correct. This is kind of very early AI. If you look at the windows, they're all kind of smudgy and blendy. Nothing looks deliberate, so yes, this is AI. This is AI. Okay, we're back with the next one. So it's one of these impressionist things. What do you think? Is it AI or human? Okay. 88% of you thought that this was human. This is AI. Honestly, like I said, with these impressionist ones, I just guessed randomly. I just guessed that they were all AI, and they just happened, so far, they just all happen to be AI. This is AI, yes. I think AI is very good at mimicking this style. I guess the trees don't have trunks, but that might be a choice made by an impressionist painter. I can see that happening. Look at the writing. Maybe the impressionist painter doesn't, like, you know, this is just an impression, right? Look at the lamppost. This is, you know, I think you could, a painter could get away with this. Final 6. I want you to analyze the last 6 pictures on more depth, for these also give confidence levels. We've got a pretty lake here though, so AI or human on this one? AI or human? 55% of you guessed that it was AI, and 55% of you would be correct. This is AI. For me, I guess because of these roots here, specifically, it didn't really make a lot of sense, but honestly, when I was doing this, I really was not certain. This is AI, sadly. This is AI. Next one, landing crafts. AI or human? Too many artifacts in the shadow. Yeah, AI 100. Yeah, I'm also AI 100. Mostly, if you just look at the details, they're not symmetrical at all. Nothing is the same. Yeah, I think, yeah, you guys are right. It's AI, obviously. This one is pretty obvious. And there's randomly a plane, which is cool. Nice plane. Flailing Limbs. AI or human? How certain are you? Okay, 89% of you guessed human and 89% of you would be correct. This wasn't back made by a human. Apparently it's famous, but I don't know any famous art pieces. This is, yeah. I'd also guess it was human, but I was less certain than you guys were, for sure. For sure, yeah. Here, hey, it's Impressionist again. Colorful town, AI or human? Okay, 83% of you guessed that this was made by AI, and you would be wrong. This is the only human impressionist painting that they included, and they did it probably just to mess with you. It's the color consistency. Yeah, I can't tell when it comes to color consistency. I wouldn't have known this when I did this one. I think I definitely got this one wrong because I did the whole thing and then looked at the results. But yeah, you guys have been led astray by every single other impressionist looking painting. So I'm sure that you guys felt a certain way about impressionism, but this one was in fact made by a human. Why the colorful town has 2 colors? And that's actually a very human thing because like humans have limited amount of paint colors, right? So they would definitely choose to paint the colorful town with just 2 colors. Mediterranean town, human or AI? AI? Oh, not AU, AI or human? For me, I had a hard time telling with this one. This is made by AI, but this one is so hard to tell for me. Yeah, I guessed human 50 and I got this one wrong. This is in fact AI. It could be I feel like it could be a boring human. I can absolutely see a boring human making this and putting it for sale in a thrift shop, right? Okay, punk robot, human or AI? Okay, 68% of you guessed that this was made by AI, and you would be correct. This was made by AI. The reason I guessed it was AI, I was pretty certain, was that I feel like for this specific thing, they would definitely at least try to make the eye symmetrical. Fua says that why use soft lines on that moon when this person clearly likes hard lines? Yeah, very inconsistent. It's still going? Yep, we're on the last couple of them. I think we're on the very last. That's the last one. We did it, guys.